How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Today's word of the day is slave, which stands for a person who is a legal property of another. I chose this word today because you have a lot of people that still live in some sort of mental slavery. Now, it's not definitely not comparison to the chattel slavery that was here in the United States or anywhere else in the world. But you have people that are they're confined to a lifestyle and they can't see beyond the hills. They're confined to a way of thinking to where they can't figure out anything to figure out a way to live any other way. Great example, we live in the day of online currency, digital currency. We live in a day of people making more money online than ever before in history. And you still have a lot of people that just can't wrap their mind around being a part of the digital economy. And they're still, in a sense, a slave to the old economy. And it's pretty bad because in a sense it's like people still saying, hey, factory jobs are the wave of the future. And it may be certain parts of the United States it might be in a little pocket, but when it comes in mass numbers and in the hundreds of thousands, and somebody can show me the data otherwise, then hey, maybe so. But for the most part, I don't see it. That's just my personal opinion, but it is what it is. So just work your hardest in the new digital online economy to break away from being a slave to the old economy of yesterday, because we live in a time period where you have an opportunity to make so much money in so many different levels, but we all have to do our own research and whatnot, not just listen to random people on social media and go from there and see what works out, test the waters, just like when people are testing the waters when it comes to their careers. You've had people that have gone to school to be lawyers and whatnot and practiced being a lawyer and then hated it. And then they ended up becoming a teacher, or they ended up going to the tech world, or they ended up being an entrepreneur and creating their own business doing something else entirely. Everything is a trial and error phase in life. Hey, relationships can be trial and error. So you just never know. But we know one thing in the new world, that it's all about being able to adapt and overcome in any specific situation, especially when it comes to online. All right. Now, today's quote of the day is from one of my favorite African American pioneers, Frederick Douglass, who used to be a former slave. That's why, goes in. He's actually a person who fought his way to freedom. And he made something of himself to where we are still talking about him to this day. He stated, and I quote, "It is easier to build strong children than it is to repair broken men." And I could not agree with that statement more so, because when some people have a form of slavery, whether it's mental or physical slavery, it's harder to repair them. But that's why people want to give their kids the best education, obviously, because it helps them become better people in the future if they start them off early. Just like when it comes to exercise regimen, that takes years to become to get some sort of a clean bill of health. It takes years to become a professional in any specific profession, doctor, lawyer, IT specialist, whatever have you. It takes years to become a successful business person. It doesn't just happen overnight. So everything takes time. But the younger people start off, the better. That's why, like I said last week, I had the pleasure of hearing young people, because of this GameStop thing, talking about stocks more. And now the fiasco, quote unquote, is not being talked about as much. But I'm hearing more young people, whether in person or online, talk about the stock market, talk about cryptocurrency, talking about investing. Hear kids asking their parents, "Mommy, can you open up a brokerage account for me?" Because they can't legally do it because they're not the age of 18. That's a beautiful thing. I want to see more of that, because you make that a part of someone's culture, then having a job becomes an option. Or even when somebody gets older, they have multiple streams to pull money from, not just from their bank account. This is the new world, whether people want to believe it or not. All right. So on that note, I know I have my mask on. I'm about to go get my workout on. I don't feel like taking it off because the back and forth gets on my nerves. But anyways, do the great 3 free things, family. Like, share, subscribe. Make money move, so live broke like a fool. Take care.